Our bot said, YouTube, ahoy.
Roculus VR said, hey hey.
Our bot said, YouTube, Steam from A.
Behold Shay_VR is today's head minion. If I'm not around, they are in charge.
Hello, hello. So I went on holiday last week, and the craziest thing happened.
Quack said, LOLO.
Hello, hello. How's it going, casual? Thank you for popping by. Do you know I put my watch on charge this morning and it's still there? So yeah, like
Quack said, did you catch clap?
I mean, you can applaud me if you want, but other than that, no. So, yeah, naturally, booking international travel is something that you tend to do mildly in advance. And so we went looking for sightsee for the third volcano layer. We naturally have the secret one, and then there's the lunar one, and now I was looking for sightsee on a small island off of the coast of Africa. And sure enough, the week that I chose to do that, the world went completely insane. And so here I am on a tiny island in the Canaries, and Valve announced the thing we've been waiting for like 10 years. And also then there's the VR showcase that I completely missed, and I just switched off from the VR world, so I'm a bit behind. So what I wanted to do was skim back over the showcase and find out what I had missed. Dig into the Valve information that we now have, and also if anybody has any other information that I should be looking at, please then let me know. We're probably gonna start. You know, let's just get the elephant in the room. The Steam frame. So I did have this in a window, but then apparently I don't have this in a window. So I'm just gonna look at from my Steam frame. Right, so Valve announced a whole bunch of new hardware. They announced the Steam frame, the Steam machine again, the Steam controller, which is nah, and then of course the Steam Deck that already exists. So this is essentially what Valve have basically said, right, okay, this is a thing. So you can buy the Steam Deck now. I have one. I was sat playing on it at the time when the world went insane. And it was lovely. And that was delightful. And so now they've announced the Steam controller, the Steam machine, and the Steam frame. So, yeah, right, okay. So let's just start with the Steam frame and see what we have here. So this looks like what we've been seeing. I don't know how I'm going to feel about the distinct lack of an over-the-head strap. Maybe it will be comfortable without it. Maybe the weight of this thing, because I hear it is incredibly lightweight, which is lovely. It doesn't need the top strap. It will be the first headset that I've had that I've not felt the need for the top strap. I have had a few without. I bought one for the PSVR 2 because it needed one. So yeah, this is interesting. There's a few things about this that worry me. There's a few things about this that I think people are really wrong about. And then there's a few things about this that I'm like, okay, yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. I've had many different things. So the first thing is VR and non-VR gaming. Lovely. So that's fine, but then you have to think, okay, well, what is powering this thing? And it's essentially a Steam Deck. It's a Steam Deck that you strap to your face, which is fine. I mean, the Apple Vision Pro is a MacBook that you strap to your face, and that thing's delightful. So this could be something pretty cool. I would have liked it to be a bit more than a Steam Deck. But, so here's the wonderful thing about Valve. Valve are great with their hardware, and they're like, we don't care what you do with it. I installed Windows on my Steam Deck, and it ran pretty damn great. So when it came to the Steam frame, it's basically going to be able to run. Not only is it going to be able to run SteamOS, which they've done a lot of really great work on, and I have to say that it's pretty damn special. It's like, if you told somebody 5 years ago you would be happily gaming on Linux, most people who would say, what the hell is Linux? And then they would say that it's not possible. And yeah, look at it. It's incredible. Like, the Steam Deck plays pretty much everything I throw at it. The only reason I put Windows on it is because I had these stupid Tilt 5 glasses, and it needed Windows. They don't have Linux drivers for it. And so I did that, and it was really great for what I was using it for there as well. It was really, really good.
Bold Vengeance said, "Who's been framed?"
Roger Rabbit. Yeah. He didn't do it, but everybody thinks he did. So it's definitely something that I want. But then again, I want everything. I have a freaking Cosmos on the wall here. I have a Pico Neo over there. I have a DPVR down there. You know, I've got a Quest Pro over there. Like, I have all of these headsets, so naturally I want this thing. But so I have, like I say, I have the Cosmos Elite just there with the wireless adapter for it. The new, ooh, look at the fancy. And the problem with the wireless adapter of the Vive is that so Steam are like, we're gonna give you this dedicated dongle for
Cold
seamless
Vengeance said,
streaming.
someone needs to do a eye picture of Roger Rabbit in the Steam frame.
I would love to see that. Get on Dolly or whatever the one that people are really liking at the minute. And I would love to see your response. Also, hello, Mr. Cold. Yeah, so it's one of those things that I do want to see it, but
Cold Vengeance said, but
I
nobody
also
will know who made it.
Well, wait, why? What? Oh, you want it to actually be done by a decent... No, you said AI, right? Yeah. What was I saying? Yes, the hardware. So the problem with the whole giving us a dedicated thing is that's fine, it's great, but I know for a fact that when I plug it in next to another USB device, it's probably going to end up being trash. And that scares me. Because I've had various Wi-Fi, dedicated dongles in the past, and on paper they're fine until you run out of USB bandwidth and that. And it's a downside to being me and having a million web cameras and a million microphones and dongles and receivers and transmitters and all of the other bits and bobs that I've got connected. I fear it isn't going to be a seamless plug-in and play situation that's going to give me a great gaming experience. But then that's where the rest of it comes in, which we're going to move on to in a minute. So, yeah, it's designed to be lightweight and comfortable. I'll tell you one thing, the Index is one of the most comfortable... You know what, I've not got the Index on a head. It's actually in the cupboard here. It is one of the most comfortable headsets I've had. I've always dug the Index. And so Valve making more, so this is what we're on about, the high quality streaming experience. So you get this wireless adapter. So that's fine. So comfort wise, clearly they know wearing a headset for a long time, especially if you're playing flat games, is absolutely essential. So it's great that they're taking that into it. Another thing about the Steam frame that I really, really love is that it is modular. So you can just be like, yeah, this strap sucks. Off it goes. New strap on. Oh, I don't like this facial interface. Not a problem. Here's another one. And then there's the fact that the compute unit is essentially going to be swappable as well, which is crazy. The dynamic foveated streaming. So there seems to be a little bit of a confusion about this. Dynamic foveated streaming is not dynamic foveated rendering. It is very, very different. So the foveated streaming is not going to allow your computer that's running a dogshit chip to squeeze more performance out of it. It is not that kind of thing. It's not the PSVR that gives you all of the good pixels rendered where you're looking and then, kind of slacks off around the outside. It still needs to fully render everything, but the wireless receiver is only going to you can tell I'm not well. It's only going to transmit it's going to focus everything where you're looking. So where you're looking, you'll get like, if it's say it's a 50 meg connection that you've got between your device and where you're looking, that it's going to focus like 45 meg where you're looking and then 5 around the outside. So you're looking and it's getting the highest quality stream to where you're looking, but it still needs to render it all. So it's not like with the Pimax where it will, put all of the graphical power where I'm looking. It's all the streaming power where you're looking. So yes, it's great, and that's a feature that we've had on the Quest Pro for quite some time. And it works really, really well. It does work really, really well. You are not going to save graphical power because of this feature, though. So don't think that your 20 series GPU is all of a sudden going to get an upgrade because of this. It's not. That's not. Don't get it mixed up. So it is going to help, but it's not going to be saving you an old computer. Sadly, it's not. Jump right into your games. So this is something, pancake lenses. Always good. It's a lot easier to find a good place to look. You don't have to worry about sweet spots. So that's good. Audio on Valve devices has always been pretty damn special. So I'm definitely looking forward to this situation and what they're going to produce audio-wise. The panel is... Yeah, so 144 hertz. This is... It seems quite aimed at flat-screen gamers. So that's interesting. Now, if you look at this, so it's a 2160 by 2160 LCD panel. Now, when you imagine that this is essentially what you're looking at, but then the guts of it is essentially a Steam Deck. So if we look at the Steam Deck, so the panel on this thing, it's 1280 by 800. Now, this is 1280 by 800, and the hardware that's powering that panel needs to power this. That scares me a little. Not gonna lie. And then, of course, when you think about this, so Quest 3 panel. So resolution-wise, you're getting less than a Quest 3.
Oddbot said 13 pretty things subscribed
13.
with
And by
tier
the way,
It's not
1.
about making money. It's about
That will
taking
get us
money.
to Site C. in
13
no time.
pretty things said, Ni hao.
Hello. So yeah, according to Gemini here, we've got 20 by 64 by 2208. So it's got a higher vertical resolution, and the horizontal is not that much smaller. And you want to do 144 hertz with that? That scares me a bit, if I'm honest. Yeah, this is just like every device we have nowadays. Everybody, you grab your phone, you put it on, you expect it to work. And then camera tracking. So no setup required. 4 high-resolution monochrome cameras provide controller and headset tracking. Infrared LEDs on the outside make tracking great even in dark environments. This part here also raised a few eyebrows for me. So there's a lot of people that are like, this is going to bring the masses to VR. Why? Why is this going to bring the masses to VR? Because you have to remember, the only people that are looking forward to this thing are people that are already VR nerds. And the uneducated masses are going to say, well, hang on, that's black and white when I look through it at the world. The Quest 3 is full color, and we don't know the price of the Steam frame yet.
13 pretty
But it's
things
gonna be
said,
less.
pass throw is in black and white, ick.
Yeah, people are going to take one look at this and be like, the Quest 2 was in black and white. What? Why is it black and white? This is stupid. So the uneducated masses are not going to see this and be like, yes, that is the headset for me. This headset is for VR nerds, for people that hate Facebook, and that's about it. Maybe PC gamers with vast Steam libraries that don't want to play on a tiny LCD of a Steam Deck. I don't know. I don't know who this is for. But yeah, this is not going to bring like a vast quantity of new gamers to the VR world. It's not. It's really not. The people that care about this, people are already very much in the ecosystem. It might grab a few flat gamers, but why buy this when you can just buy a Steam Deck? I don't think this is going to set the VR world on fire at all. I want to be wrong. I truly want to be wrong. But I can't see this bringing a bunch of new people to the fold. I can't. They're going to take one look at the monochrome cameras and be like, hey, well, the Quest 3 is full color. Look at all the cool stuff I can do with the Quest 3. I can play Laser Dance. Why would I do this? The controllers. Oh boy, howdy, the controllers. So this is something actually that I'm very, very pleased about. Let me just do this so it doesn't go away. So the magnetic thumbsticks. So they've basically gone for like a Hall effect thumbstick. They have looked at the index controllers, which constantly broke, and drifted.
Cold
and
Vengeance
failed.
said, I've noticed they are completely avoiding mentioning any kind of AR.
Yeah, because it's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Now, the thing is, the wonderful thing about this, so this is what I was essentially waffling about earlier. Because of what it is, the chipset inside there is essentially going to allow it to run SteamOS, is going to allow it to run Windows, it's going to allow it to run Meta operating system, it's going to allow them to run Meta OS, and it's also going to allow them to run Google's OS. This thing can essentially be any headset you want it to be. Which could be very interesting, because if it's running the Meta OS, will that then give me access to the Meta Store? And can I play all of my Quest games on a dual boot Steam frame? So then I just push a button, boot into the Meta OS, and then I'm playing my Meta games, and then boot back into Windows or Linux, and all of a sudden now I'm playing my Steam games. That's quite exciting. Because this could potentially bring...
Cold Vengeance said, so am I right in thinking putting a screen in your living room to watch or play games is not really a viable option?
They've not really mentioned... So, if we look at this here, you clearly have...
Cold Vengeance said, as in a virtual screen.
Yes. So probably you will probably be able to do this, but why would you? That's the thing. You'd probably be better off in theater mode in Steam. That's the thing. I don't think this is going to be a Vision Pro, where you can just pin stuff to a wall, walk around, and it just lives there. I don't think that's going to be the case at all. Now the no setup part. That's interesting. Because that technically means you could probably just put it on in any room and it'll instantly be able to just track its surroundings. So that could be good. But the monochrome camera part, I think, is a big misstep. However, when we look at I think it comes a little bit later on. Or maybe it's something I've seen elsewhere. It's... because of the modular nature of it, especially with the expansion port, it's very possible that we're going to be able to add a color camera option for pass-through. So that could be really, really good. And the question is now, do you want to and or need to? Really, that's the big thing. But yeah, because it's running an ARM Snapdragon chip, we can install pretty much any operating system we want on this thing. Because all of them are essentially designed for it. So that's very, very good. 2 SKUs, 256 and a 1 terabyte. And then micro SD. I've got to say, I bought I want to say the 512 Steam Deck. I could be wrong. I can't remember.
Cold Vengeance said, maybe I'm misremembering, but within one of the promotional videos, did they show a virtual screen in the room?
I'll
probably
be honest, I've not
of something
watched them.
else.
I've honestly not watched any of them, but that's what we're gonna do here today. I'm gonna catch up on all of the gubbins that I've missed. I'm probably just gonna, head on over to Sadly It's Bradley's YouTube. Because if anybody knows anything about this, it's Bradley. Bradley knows all.
Cold Vengeance said, I'm here for the long run.
Nice. So yeah, I mean, as far as the
Although I
specs
won't be
go,
buying one of these.
you will not be buying. It's all right. I'll let you play with mine. Which, speaking of sadly, it's Bradley. Can I pause this?
Bold
It's
Vengeance
not.
said,
It's not
sadly, Bradley was on holiday.
It's not Bradley, but the amount of people that's just like, is this you? It's not. I mean, we can see some interesting stuff in this. I control and zoom. I cannot. The video. Yeah, so you can see what looks to be, I think, a Steam reflection in there. So yeah, it's an interesting piece of kit. It truly is. The promotional videos, this is probably what you are thinking here. So this, they are basically demonstrating with some kind of...
Cold Vengeance said, that's the one.
Oh, it's lighting, because lighting's important. So they are simulating somebody playing a game on a very, very large screen. But remember, in reality, this is going to be you playing a game, and then the outside of this is going to be like the vision of a dog. So, yeah. It's basically going to be like what else I've been doing is using the Steam Deck and X-Reels. That's what
Cold Vengeance said, seems a bit weird to make it look like you can play a virtual screen in your own environment.
I mean, that's exactly what you can do, but you can do that on a Quest 2, and you will have a very similar experience. Maybe the even though it's black and white, maybe the resolution of the cameras will be higher, but ultimately it's gonna be black and white, unless somebody, you know, uses the expansion port and makes a
13
cooler
Pretty Things
add-on.
said, one hopes so.
Cold Vengeance said, but
Yeah.
not in color.
Yeah. So this is the thing. Now, I'll be honest. I
13
have
Pretty
that
Things
feature.
said, I hate my Quest pass throw.
Yeah, that's it. I have that feature on multiple headsets. I have 3 Quest 3s at this point. And oh shit, fuck. This is the latest addition to the fold. I got the Xbox Quest 3S, and I honestly don't care. I really don't. This is obviously designed for Xbox play. It's got an Xbox controller with it, and it's fine. And I did test, because one of the things when they first released the Xbox app for the Quest, one of the things that I did was put Forza on, because streaming video comes with ridiculous compression, and doing that in a racing game, it's just dire, because you're moving through grass, and grass at speed turns into Minecraft grass, just big squares, and it actually handled it really, really well. But I've got X-Reels. That's the problem. I have X-Reels. They are ridiculously lightweight. So, I mean, this is, for example, so they say this is lightweight. Do they give
Arbot
us
said,
the specs?
YouTube. Wonder how long after launch we'll have color cameras to put in that PCIe port. It will probably take ages.
I don't know. I think the question is who will make that? Because I don't think it's going to be Valve. I don't think they care about that. But then again, somebody else will. Somebody in the community will probably knock one out before anybody else.
13 Pretty Things said, Kiwi.
Kiwi, you never know. You never know. Right, so head strap including integrated dual audio drivers and rechargeable battery on the rear is 245 grams. That's just the head strap alone. Do they ever give us the full... Oh, here we go. 440 grams core module and head strap. So 440 grams, right? Now, X-Reel 2. That's what I've got. So we'll go for the X-Real Air 2s. Right. The X-Real Air 2. Give me your cookies. This is fine. Specs. 79 grams. And do you know what? I totally believe that. Why do I want 440 grams on my face to play games on a big screen when I can just 79 grams? And the thing is, I can essentially do exactly, so you can grab a PS5 controller and then connect
13
a
pretty
mobile
things
phone
said,
to it, whatever.
185 on face, the rest on back of head.
It's still way more than 79. It's all on my head. And so my big question is why
13 pretty things said, true.
why do I want that when I can just have 79 grams and then the controller in my hand, I can strap a mobile phone to that, or I can put a mobile phone on the seat next to me and then I can just
13
use a
pretty things
PlayStation
said,
controller.
how much is Quest 3's?
Quest 3S is, I think they're about 280, although Black Friday's coming up.
13 pretty things said, we right.
230
Wait.
quid. 230 quid in Courage right now. 250 quid from Meta. 230 quid from Very. 250 on Amazon. 240 in Argos.
13 pretty things said, their weight.
How much do they weigh? Right, okay. Excellent question.
Modbot said, % user tag rated the channel with % viewer count viewers. They must really hate you. 13 pretty things said, I can't
They
be
do
buying
hate
one.
you. Southpaw, thank you very much. Good evening, good welcome. The
Southpaw
Quest
Virtual
3
said,
weight.
lol, fix that bot.
I know, right? We need to
Modbot
put it on
said,
a
people
to-do
gather
list.
around and feast your eyes on Southpaw Virtual who last streamed Forefront, give him your unwanted attention.
Look into raid. It could be something that is out of my control.
To-do list
and
appended
the,
with, look into raid shoutout.
The bot is currently undergoing massive changes and is no longer under development. So it might well be one thing that's just broken. It's never going to be fixed until the new version comes out. So it's 515 grams for a Quest 3S. So, in the grand scheme of things, yes, this way better on your head
13 pretty things said, are okay.
in the sense of weight and weight distribution as well. Absolutely it is. But when I can just strap some X-Rails to my face, if I'm just playing big screen games in an environment, then I'm probably just going to reach for the X-Rails. And I can just grab the Beam Pro, connect a controller to it via Bluetooth as is built in, because it's basically an Android phone without the phone port. And I can stream games from Xbox Game Pass. I can stream games from my PC to the X-Reels and play just like this. So, I mean, I could also connect it to an iPad and play Resident Evil 8 on it in great quality, if I wanted to. So, yeah, there's a lot going on there that, okay, yeah, it's interesting. Now, I've already spoken somewhat at length. All of this gubbins, I'm just gonna completely save judgment on this because I want it on my face before I even talk about this. It looks fine. Like the design of it looks quite standard at this point. It looks perfectly fine. I'm totally fine with it. The placement of everything seems very, very simple.
Arbot said, YouTube,
No,
I got the X-Real ones, they're great. But FOV is my biggest gripe with them. Especially when I am used to Quest 3 FOV.
yeah, I mean, it depends which ones you get. So if you've got the X-Real ones, Or did you have the Xreal 1? So the original, the Nreals, the FOV has grown dramatically since then. He's 200 quid. Wow, that is ridiculously cheap. That's worth 200 quid of anybody's money. But yeah, the FOV is certainly small. So I did a little experiment, and this is essentially the equivalent of being a 40. A 43-inch TV from 6 feet away. That is the Xreal Air 2s. That's essentially what I likened it to. When somebody asked, I basically put them on and made it fill exactly
Arbot
the same
said,
spaces.
YouTube, Xreal 1, with the 3DOF built in.
So 3DOF is in the 2s. Are you saying you have these ones? We're on the Xreal website. May as well just. It's almost Black Friday. Get a coupon now. So we have these ones, the Xreal 1 Pros, or the Xreal 1s, the more modern, the most recent ones. These with the 171-inch fellas. See, I've never actually tried these yet. I kind of want to. But yeah. So
Cold Vengeance said, I predicted they would release the price before Black Friday, but I was wrong, mainly to get in before people spend all their money.
But you think they would actually tell you about the price change? I've been looking at these on eBay because I wouldn't mind an upgrade. I was umming and ahhing about the Ultras, but
Cold Vengeance said, sorry, I'm talking about the Steam frame.
right, yeah. I don't know. I mean, you know what Valve's like. Valve be Valving. Like they just do what they want when they want. Oh, they've released a 5G version of the Beam Pro. Lovely, look at that. 25% off. That's a good price. So yeah, the Steam frame, it looks fine. I'm happy with the way it looks. The specs are interesting. One of the wonderful things about the specs is that if you are basically like the amount of stuff on Steam.
Arbot said, YouTube, yeah, I got the 1, not the Pro version.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
3DOF is rock solid.
Cold Vengeance said, the anniversary of Half-Life Alyx is coming up, but maybe on that day.
Maybe. It'd be nice to see this. So the wonderful thing about this at the minute is that you can essentially say, right, okay, show me everything that's Steam Deck verified. And so because Steam Deck has basically a unified spec list, you can spec your game to run good on a Steam Deck. And then you've got all of your Steam library that's available to be played on Steam Deck. And they will do exactly the same thing for the Steam frame.
Cold Vengeance said, show me what you got.
Show me what you... Wait, what? So this feature is fantastic, and the amount of games that I've played that aren't even verified or have a rating, like Assetto Corsa Rally. As far as Steam Deck goes, it's got nothing. Can I actually see this? Steam Deck unknown. I can confirm it works brilliantly. It's totally fine. I sat playing this on I was sat by the pool playing this game on the X-Rails on the Steam Deck, and it was, even though I was running it at potato mode to get the frames, because no frames in a driving game, like if you're turning and a corner is already been mentally rendered, yeah, it goes horribly wrong. So I wanted the frames, so I potatoed it. It still looked glorious, and it ran perfectly well, and yet this says it's unknown. So yeah, the Steam frame, as far as that goes, I think having a unified spec list will allow people to tweak their games. Something that seems to have kind of fallen by the wayside lately. The invention of like DLSS and all the other AI-driven tweakings and shit.
Cold
that
Vengeance
happens.
said, how about a train game?
That'd be pretty cool. I don't own one, but I could be talked into it. So yeah, having the unified specs is lovely. Knowing that people can dick around with them and put different OSs on it, kind of not a problem. You choose to go a different OS, that's on you. Now, user accessible front expansion port, dual high-speed camera interface.
Arbot
8
said,
lanes,
YouTube.
PCIe
The
Gen 4.
USB stick pack in and dual Wi-Fi bands on the Steam frame is probably what I like the most. Such a smart move.
Yes and no. So I've had various different, USB-based bits and bobs, and the problem is it's finding a USB port that will take bandwidth from your PC and not be interfered with by everything else. You think it's going to be lovely and plug in and play, and yet I know for a fact that the front
Cold
USBs
Vengeance
on
said,
my PC
I
are
also think the
complete
SD
trash.
card slot is a very smart move, really shows up the different sizes with the Quest.
That is, yes. So this is the thing. My Steam Deck, I honestly can't remember which one I bought. It might even be a 128. Or there was, I'm sure when they released them, there was like 3 versions. There was like a 128, a 256, and a 512, I want to say. And I went for the one in the middle. Because it had a sexier screen on it or something. I can't remember which one it was now, but basically I didn't go for the big one. I went for the one in the middle, but then I just bought a whacking great big memory card in it, chucked that in there, and it's brilliant. You can't tell that it's running off of a memory card. You can't. It's superb. So having that, I'm probably honestly just going to take the memory card straight out of the Steam Deck and chuck it into the Steam frame. That's probably what I'm going to do. And the crazy thing is, that's going to work. You just take it out and it goes, and it's just like, yeah, I know about all this. And it's fine. Which is crazy. I love that that's a thing. So yeah, I love that they have the Wi-Fi 6 dongle and the ability to do the link. I am worried that I'm going to find a USB port that's actually going to utilize it properly. But that's a me problem, which we're going to get into in a minute. 5.3 Bluetooth, great. I've got a Wooja vest, and if it connects to that seamlessly via that Bluetooth, that's a big thumbs up from me, because the Quest doesn't allow the Bluetooth to be used at all. The Quest Bluetooth, you can use it for audio, but it's like a year and a half behind. It's pointless. I've not checked to see if they've fixed that lately, but I'm not a fan. Size, weights, this is all fine. So this is now where things get rather interesting.
Modbot said, Cold Vengeance has been sent on a secret mission for me. Stay out of Wales for a bit.
Fair enough. So these controllers, So I would say I'm going to withhold judgment. Problem is, I have a 3D printer. Now, admittedly, the print files that I snagged off of Bradley's server, I got them.
Cold
modular
Vengeance
ones.
said, Summoned to do chores and eat food, back soon.
Worries at all, Mr. Cold. So I downloaded the modular ones because I was contemplating putting different sticks in so it actually had function. So the modular ones, when they were put on the server, they basically just took the right controller and mirrored it. So this actually has, this is the left, but it has buttons. But you can imagine that this is essentially a D-pad. Now, the thing about these that bugs me is that the triggers on the back, I don't like the split. I don't like this because I feel like they're too far away. Once again, this may change very, very slightly compared to what it is anyway. I love that there's a grip button. The amount of times using the index knuckles controllers, I was like, I want my grip button back. That's fine. I know that they're essentially aiming for parity to a console controller, which is fine. And a lot of people are like, yeah, because now when you're playing flat games, it's going to be like you're going to have exactly the same buttons you've got on PlayStation pad or whatever. But we already have the same buttons. We now have 2 extra buttons to deal with. Because you have to think, you've got your D-pad, your up, down, left and right, your stick, you've got your A, B, your X, Y, and then you've got your click-in thumbsticks, and then you have a trigger and a grip. So that's trigger and bumper. So then this button is an extra button. So it's an extra button that hopefully it's easy for developers to kind of ignore. How many enemies are going to use this?
Our bot said, YouTube, is it a lot bigger than Quest 3 controllers?
Not really. But this is... I have one that's not in a case. Yeah, I do. Hang on. No, I don't. Here we go.
Bol said, I'm awake. Are you unboxing the Steam frame?
Motherfucker. I need to rethink.
Bol said, I take that as a maybe.
I wish. I need to rethink this floor. So, if this is fuck. Don't follow me. So, yeah, if this is accurate, this is what we can expect from the Steam frame. This is the right controller. Here we go. So 2 left controllers. So if this is to scale, it's slightly bigger. But only just. So if we look at...
Bol said, it seems small, yeah. That's my biggest worry so far.
So this is the 3D printed Roy from Bradley's server. And then this is the Quest 3 S controller. And it's actually bigger than the Quest 3 controller. Only just, but it is bigger. So, on that basis, could very well be fine. I think hand size, especially for bigger hands, this is actually pretty sweet spot. size-wise, if this is what it is, I'm pleased. My problem is just the back triggers. That's the big problem for me. Broken my chair wheels, and these are freaking new. Because I've got carpet. So yeah, that's a thing. Capacitive finger tracking. Honestly, if I don't care about finger tracking, I truly don't. I don't need it. It's going to be interesting to see how.
Bol said, we'll see how the cake crumbles in 2026.
Pretty much.
13 Pretty Things said, that looks good as I need Kiwi extended grips.
This is the thing. It is. I would certainly liken it to the old extended Kiwi grips. In fact, I think these are one of the reasons why I didn't want to compare them.
Arbot said, YouTube, oh you got the Xbox 3's unit, cool, always liked that.
Yeah, I collect headsets. Lengthwise, yeah, so the Steam controller is, this is why I didn't want to compare them. It is actually incredibly similar in size to a Quest 3 controller that is extended with a Kiwi grip.
Thirteen
So,
Pretty Things
yeah,
said,
They
cool.
are very, very similar in size to that. So yeah, the TMR thumbsticks. It's good that they've learned from the past, and hopefully we have no stick issues with this thing.
Bol said,
in
I still
fact-
haven't fixed my printer, so I'm printing vicariously through you.
That's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. You can have these when my Steam frame arrives, although I assume you're going to be in the same boat. What were we doing? Yeah, so I think they're actually the only company that, as standard, are using like TMR Hall effect sticks. Even I have the even this turd, this Xbox Elite 2 pad, still has the old sticks that basically require contact, which will then eventually wear down and drift and fail. So yeah, that's these things are hundreds of pounds. It's stupid. It actually takes a AA battery that is hot swappable.
Bol said, oh
Love
yeah, the
that.
sticks on Index were not quality enough, and yeah, I have the same potentiometer Elite.
So I'm very pleased with this, and I want to give a massive shout out actually to Mr. Ball, because I heard it was coming through the grapevine. I was like, oh shit, I'm refreshing, and I couldn't find anything about it, and then Mr. Ball chucked a link up in the Discord, which in turn allowed me to see this thing at the same time as the rest of the world. So thank you very much for that, Mr. Ball. So there's this. So that's the Steam frame. It looks lovely. I'm gonna get one because I'm a nerd that must have everything. But then, so the Steam controller, let's quickly jump into this. I had the old Steam controller. The only reason I don't have it now is because I had a friend who wanted one and they weren't making them anymore, and I just sent it to him completely unprovoked because I wanted him to have one. And it's like, it's one of those things that it turns out he was trying to hang out with his kid and he needed a Bluetooth controller, and it turns out it was a huge thing for him and I didn't even realize. So that's the kind of thing that I'm just like, oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad I was able to take something that I bought and was not using and bring joy to somebody else. So I've not looked at this at all because I'm like, who cares? It looks very much like a PS5 controller, but then the touchpads are down the bottom.
Bol said, beautiful
done-
story.
oh yeah, it's a cool story, bro. Yeah, so what what this essentially looks like, and it's in the other freaking room because it's still packed in the suitcase at the minute. It basically looks like a Steam Deck that they've taken the screen out of and just gone and jammed it in the middle. And this is totally fine. Now, one of the interesting things about this though is apparently, apart from the fact that they're actually using decent sticks, you have all of the vibrations and things. This is fine. This is kind of just the standard now. It does also have gyro, which is interesting because that's very, very handy. They're wait, why
Ball
is there a
said
white Steam
yes.
Deck? Why is there a white Steam Deck? When do they make white ones? I bet you they're grim. So it's got all the crap you expect from your buttons, and then it's got the ones on the back like the Xbox controller there, so you can map different buttons. But one thing that got me about this, here we go, Steam Frame. Infrared LEDs make the Steam controller trackable by the Steam Frame's cameras when you're immersed in VR. Perfect
Ball
for playing
said,
all
I
your
have tried
non-VR
using the
games
gyro
with
in the
shiny
Steam Deck,
visuals.
but it was so-so with a screen attached.
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to be doing this business and tipping the visuals away from you. That's counterproductive, for sure. So I have all of these features. You can play it on your laptop and your Steam Deck and your Steam machine. It's all fine. I can do that with a PS5 controller as well. All of these features I can get with a PS5 controller, apart from this one with the Steam Frame. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, so it's tracked by the frame, which is interesting, but I don't know if I care. That's the problem. I don't know if I need it to be tracked by the Steam Frame. So yeah, that's the thing. It's lovely, but I don't
Ball said,
know if I care.
yes, after a decade since PSVR having it, we finally have a tracked by default gamepad for Steam VR.
Yeah, I just don't know why I would use it. That's the thing. It's lovely, it's there, it's fine. I don't know why I would use it. But then the thing that I've intentionally left out. Now, the Steam machine. That, from what I've seen, is about a 120 mil cube. Like, it looks like maybe a 140 mil fan in cube form.
Ball said, I'm mostly happy we could finally get static.
Well, this is what I was thinking. Because the thing is, they're probably not going to, convert it to a PC game because they're probably not going to get much of an ROI. Could we emulate the PS4 and the PSVR using the Steam Frame? Because that'd be pretty dope. So this interests me. For
Ball
multiple
said,
different
150 millimeters cube-ish, 120 millimeters fan.
Okay, right. So there's a bit of frame in there. So I've not looked into this, but this interests me. 6 times the horsepower of a Steam Deck. Lovely. The Steam machine has power to play your whole Steam library, including your favorite AAA titles. Just sign in with your Steam account and the entire library is there. So Steam are making consoles now. That's fantastic. Banana for scale, lovely.
Ball said, it seems like a very viable first PC for anyone without one already.
And this is where it's got me thinking. Because depending on the price
Psychic
of this,
Parrot said, will it run Xbox OS?
I mean, isn't that basically just Windows at this point? Good evening and welcome, by the way. I didn't get to answer the question. I went away and tested. Yes, the Steam Deck did, in fact, run Assetto Corsa Rally, by the way. It ran it pretty okay-ish. If I put it on potato settings, I could play it quite functionally. The problem
Psychic
that I had
Parrot
was,
said, hello.
Hello. Yes, the problem that I had was I was sat there playing it on a Steam Deck, and I was like, but I want to play it with a steering wheel, and maybe in 3D would be nice. And so, whilst I could, I thought I shouldn't. I didn't. Playing it on the X-Real glasses on a big screen.
Psychic
without
Parrot
a steering
said,
wheel was
wow,
just,
that's mad. I bet it's not easy with a joystick, eh?
This is the thing. This is the problem that I had. I could lock it to about 40 FPS quite easily. I could get between 45 and 60 FPS depending on bits and bobs on the lowest settings. But on a Steam Deck, that's kind of impressive. And that's just out of the box. So, yeah. But this Steam box does intrigue
Psychic
me.
Parrot said, hey. Exclamation mark.
Because I could technically grab this, run my games off of this, send them to the Steam frame, and capture them on the second PC. So if this has the horsepower to run my games, I can connect the Steam frame to it with their super fast streaming capabilities of their dongle. I don't have to worry about my hardware having 7,000 USBs plugged into it. So then, all of a sudden, my problem with the streaming, if this could essentially become something that plays my games, and then the PC that I'm streaming on now becomes my streaming PC, it's not going to take up a whack load of space. And this could become quite a viable option for me to offload some of the lifting to another machine without having to build an entirely new PC. And I really like the thought of that. There's many different bits.
The best
and bobs
podcast
about
ever
it that I
said.
really
Evening.
like. Good evening, Mr. Paul. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is essentially a one-man podcast, but I promise I will regurgitate half of this shit at the end of the month.
Bol
I just
said,
wanted to
sounds
look
like
at
a
this
slight
Paul.
can of worm, but then you do get desktop access on the machine.
This is the thing. And then this is, well, see, this could be the other way around then. If graphically that thing
The
isn't-
best podcast ever said. Sorry I am late. Was lost in Siberia VR.
I'm going to get to this shortly. This is the thing. So if that hasn't got the horsepower to play the games that I want to play, I can then offload OBS to that thing, turn that to the stream PC, and then play the games on this one, and still save some horsepower and get a good quality stream while still having a good experience.
13 pretty things said, better than being lost in Siberia
This
though.
is true. So, I really like the idea of this thing, but it all depends on price. That's the big thing. This could become my second PC, that the PC my wife stole was always supposed to be. And I like the idea of that. It could also become a PC that just randomly streams the games to my Steam Deck, to my Steam frame, to my X-Reels, and it just sort of sits there quietly humming away all the time, and I don't have to worry about it. I really like when I saw the Steam frame, I was like, oh yeah,
13
okay, that's
pretty
cool.
things
When I saw
said,
this, I
so a
was like,
central hub.
I want this. Yeah, I want this. So, price-wise, I may be reaching for the Steam box more than the Steam frame. I mean, this person right here is doing Blender work on this? Like, what the hell? This could be really, really, really handy. So I really quite like the idea of having this thing as either a backup streaming PC or just a compute unit for my Steam frame and Steam Deck. So that's interesting. I really quite like the idea of this thing. So I'm very intrigued to see how well this, I mean, this worries me.
The best
A little bit.
podcast ever said. I am interested in their statement the frame won't cost more than the index. I bet they mean the full kit.
Bol said, let's hope for good prices even with the unstable. everything,
Yeah.
currently.
That's the thing that is gonna be. If this thing comes out at more than, I'm gonna say on the outside 800 quid, which, let's be realistic, it probably should do. I don't know, maybe £1,300 for that thing. The price of that is what interests me more than anything else. But if that's of a reasonable price, I'm actually more interested in getting the Steam machine than I am the Steam frame. I will get a frame, don't get me wrong, but if the price of that is enough and I have to choose between one or the other, I'm probably going to go for the Steam machine first. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I've basically, you know, signed up for all of the give me this please Valve, I want this please Valve. You know, I've added them to my wish list. Apparently I haven't. So yeah, that's where we're at with Valve's side of things. Where's the white one? Why are they
Ball
showing
said,
off a
not
white
too
one?
weird considering how many headsets you already have.
Well, this is also true. Yeah, so that's the thing. It's all still very much in the air, but do refurb ones. That's pretty cool. I should buy a docking station. So I do like what happened there. Then the VR showcase happened. So now I want to just kind of skim through this. Let's just stop this playlist and let's just skim through this. Let me know if
Welcome to the
audio is a
VR
bit
Game
trash.
Showcase pre-show kickoff. We have 10 awesome indie and MR projects for you to see before the show starts, with 6 brand new game reveals. If you see a game you like the look of, scan this QR code to get wishlisting and buying. Let's get started with a brand new update
I also
for
don't
Banners
pay for
and
YouTube,
Bastions.
so sorry. Don't be suspicious. So this looks basically
Label
like an
set to,
RTS.
I renamed my toilet gym instead of John. People are really impressed when I tell them I go to the gym every morning.
That is impressive. I try and spend. Oh, it's a card battle. Okay, now you've got my attention. It's a deck building card battler RTS. Alright, I'm in. Oh wait, yeah, no, that game's out.
13 Pretty Things said, looks cute.
It does, it does. Yeah, that game's
Banners
out
and
already.
Bastions adds 2 new enemy types, a new playable card,
'Cause I was
and
umming
an
and ahhing
epic Dragon
about
Boss
it.
battle in today's free update. The game's currently in early access, but it shouldn't be too much longer.
Ah.
No matter what kind of work your team does, Asana can help manage
Goddamn
it.
adverts.
Try it for free.
VR Giants. I played this with Bol in a Next Fest, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in. And then I never got around to it because my player 2 kind of stopped playing with us. And it's now coming out on Quest. Yeah, I'm totally in. And it's cross-platform. Nice. Which actually reminds me.
Bol said, that was only 15 years ago.
I know, right? Just feels like it was yesterday. Okay, so I'm into VR Giants in a big bad way. I'm in.
Inhale through your nose
Soul
as your
retreat.
belly rises. Exhale, letting your belly relax.
You can.
I'm Alina, your mindfulness guide.
13
I'll
Pretty Things said,
personalize each
get Mr.
session
Paul to
based on
play,
what
he
you
is
share.
coordinated.
While I craft your personalized breathing meditation, begin with a few deep breaths.
Okay.
Tell me a story like those sheep.
So
A
these.
small group of Hebridean sheep move slowly across the grassy slope above the cove.
Wait, what?
Soul Retreat surrounds you with immersive nature and guides you through paced breathing, both science-backed methods that can help you feel calmer in minutes.
that story
Guided
thing,
meditation
is
and
that
peaceful scenery come together in
just
Soul Retreat,
ChatGPT?
a relaxing new app coming to Quest in early 2026. Now it's time for something completely new for VRGS, our first ever title come to Apple Vision Pro.
AVP, okay. Kartoffel! Oh, we love this game. But we don't have an Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sham, head of Studio Creativity AR. For years, we built escape rooms. Now we are building VR worlds. In a real escape room, smashing through walls is called vandalism. In VR, it's called problem solving. Welcome to Fixer Undercover. This game blends simulator, puzzle, and adventure elements.
13 pretty
Your
things said.
toolkit is
XD.
simple. A screwdriver, grinder, pliers, hammer, and wrench.
Yes,
Nothing
problem
fancy.
solving.
But here is where it gets interesting. Combine them, experiment, improvise. Use everything at your disposal to advance.
I like that.
Your
So
mission
the thing with this, either has the potential to do something really, really special. So one of the things that I really like about Job Simulator is that 9 times out of 10 you'd be sat there, something would happen, and you'd be like, oh wait, can I photocopy blah blah blah, or can I do X, Y, or Z? And even though it probably wasn't intended, it worked. And this has the potential to be that kind of thing where even though they don't intend you to solve a puzzle that way, every tool is a hammer. So you could potentially hammer your way through a thing. Even though that's not
fake ID,
what the dev intended.
break into Kozlov Redemption Prison.
Or maybe
where
that
he
won't be
plans
that. I'm
he is
projecting
turning
that, and
stone
it will
cold
massively
criminals into saints.
But
you are not
okay,
doing this alone.
it's got my attention.
Midwest
I
is
do
your
love me a
partner
good
in crime.
puzzle game.
Fixer
Who
Undercover.
made this?
James Bond has gadgets. You have a screwdriver and creativity. Wishlist now and join our Discord.
Creativity AR.
Psychic Parrot said, getting I expect you to die vibes from T, which isn't a bad thing.
Check the
Yes,
demo out
yeah,
now over
that's,
on Steam.
That's a fantastic.
Okay.
I Expect You to Die is a fantastic example. Same thing of you have a puzzle, and I've sat there and watched people play I Expect You to Die. I'm like, I didn't even consider solving that mission in that way. Both of us did it in completely different methods, and we both had very good, successful, happy times with it, which is, once again, just a wonderful thing. That one does seem a little bit more scripted, in the sense of, like, you are given like 5 options, and that's the kind of thing that, you can do one of these. And then you can combine that in different ways to go through different routes, but I did kind of get the vibe that everything you did was intended. That could very well be the same, or it could have, unintended. I'm the person, the old video of the dev that's just like, oh yeah, that goes in the square hole, and then they put it in the square hole, and it's like, oh yeah, round hole, square hole. Oh, triangle, it's a triangle, square hole. And they, I'm the asshole feeding the fucking square hole every single time, because I will do it way different to what you intend. So yeah, I like the idea of that.
Okay, every
Hopefully it
game you
delivers.
see for the rest of the pre-show will be a brand new reveal. This first game immediately caught our eye with its vibey take on VR puzzles.
Astral Shoes. Okay, liking the aesthetic so far. Embark on a journey. Build. Holy shit, they made fucking Lego. They made Lego. I'm in. Here. Money. Take money. Alright, it's not Lego, it's models, but I just built one of the trucks. Like, I'm in.
13 pretty things said. It's those wooden sets we do.
Yep. I just built the truck, and I have
I have a pagoda set.
I have a Ferris wheel. Like, right here waiting to be built. I'm in. Take my money. November. Wait. No watch. That's in 3 days.
This year's
I want it.
Vodafone Black Friday deals are now on. Go online or in-store today and make the most.
Puzzles of the World looks gorgeous and is one of those VR games you want to get lost in. We're sure it'll turn heads as it approaches early access next year.
Wait, it said November 20th next year. What? Okay, Puzzles of the World is not a very unique search term. In that it's just showing me Puzzles of the World. Maybe think of renaming it, devs. So when I Google it, I don't have to put the word VR on the end to find it. Add to wish list, coming winter 2026. Wait, when did I see the November? What? Am I not signed in? You log into your Meta account. Yes. Continue as shit. They both look the same. You?
Bol said, "Oh, November 2026."
Oh, wait, what? That's terrible. Don't mind me. I'm just authenticating a thing. Want to watch this, otherwise I would just play it for you.
Bol said, "But early access soon maybe?"
Possibly. Right, okay, so this is Puzzles. Privacy, hand tracking, lovely. Astral Shores. Hang the fuck on. When did this become a thing? What? Wait, is this legit?
Bol said, "Oh yeah,
What?
This surprised me."
What? wait.
13 Pretty Things said, "Oh yeah, Paul told me about this."
Bol said, "Considering I nuked my 3080 with this game, it's a shocker. It's out now."
The 13th of November? Wait, does anybody have a promo code for this? Wait, I actually might have. Does anybody have a referral code? I have MetaQuest Plus. Fuck you. Yeah, if anybody has a referral code. Wait, am I in the wrong account? That has shocked me. That has shocked me. Can I see my library? Buy now, pay later, gift cards. I'm going to explore this. I'm in the wrong account. I don't want to buy it and then be in the wrong account. There are no devices associated with this Meta account in the last 3 months. I've bought like 10. Oh yeah, no, Super RC is on this account. And Meta Horizon Plus. Fuck you very much. Okay. Yeah, right, okay, so we're gonna keep we're gonna keep this handy.
Psychic Parrot said, "The Meta experience."
Oh boy, yeah, it's I'm gonna put out which of my friends has, you know, one of those funky meta referrals? What's this? It's like a racing game. Aero Surfer. Sure. Okay.
Glide, surf, and top
Maybe
the
not for me.
leaderboards in Aero Surfer. Wishlist now on MetaQuest. Our next title comes from the creator of one of VR's very best painting apps.
Oh, I joined the Discord for this. So, some of you may or may not remember, but a lifetime ago, Microsoft put out a trailer for Minecraft on the HoloLens, and then did not deliver a fucking shred of what they were like, oh yeah, look at this, we're playing Minecraft on a pedestal in the middle of a stage, and it was brilliant, and they didn't deliver anything, and this very much looks like that. And I'm here, I am totally here for this. I'm in. On one condition. That it's not just a diorama link. And this is what makes me think it's not a diorama link. Like, I'm in. I'm so in. Pocket-lands.com.
Clearly, Pocket Lands is a very different experience to art app Vermilion, but it looks just as creative and combines MR and VR in a really fun way. Next up, we cordially invite you to what may be the politest zombie shooter you've ever seen.
What? Yay, adverts.
Hey Jess, are you coming to the morning meeting?
Sorry Sam, I can't today.
Full Steam Undead.
One is crafting a VR diversion of zombies, steam trains, and Her Majesty Queen Victoria. It's called Full Steam Undead, an affair dedicated to splendid chaos and fruitful exploration. Your principal endeavor is to cleanse the sprawling Necropolis Island, an isle simply brimming with the most curious of goings-on. The particulars of how you achieve this are left entirely to
13
your
pretty
discretion.
things said.
To aid
Splendid.
You shall be furnished with a flying steam engine and a hand ingeniously replaced with a blunderbuss. You'll navigate projectile maelstroms, reconsecrate corrupted crypts, and face some frightfully preposterous boss encounters. Should this particular brand of pandemonium sound like your cup of tea, do be so good as to smash that wish list button.
I'm
jolly good.
50-50 on
Full Steam Undead is not just an amazing name, it also comes from the developers of the excellent By Grit Alone. We're all on board for this one.
Tempest, welcome to the program.
But as we said on the most recent podcast, let's support our developers. Apparently it's not on the Met Store yet. They did also say Steam. So, we'll bop it on our wish list. Keep up the good work. You're doing it for all the right reasons, probably. What's this?
To join our ranks,
put your hands up.
Okay.
you'll
Espire
need a
MR
skill
mission.
set
Give me the gun.
I'm gonna drop it nice and slow.
that few possess. These missions will provide it.
You know, I own both of these games. Never got
Be
around to it.
aware, these are not typical espionage operations. Expect the unexpected. Your agility will be tested. as will your tactical thinking and problem-solving skills.
Also, your ability to buy a nice house.
Marksmanship is critical. We'll be analysing your performance
So, as I found with
across multiple weapons platforms in these live-fire scenarios. But remember your primary objective.
as I found with laser damage, as you're trying to map
Infiltration.
multiple rooms, after a
are
while
a
it's just
ghost
like,
within
okay, let's
your
start
spy
another room.
frame. Welcome to the MR
And so you
missions.
lose everything you've scanned before.
Aspire MR missions. Coming to MetaQuest
So
this
it's
December.
not like you can rig an entire house. But this is a
The
quest
team at
problem.
Digital Load has broken Aspire's MR missions
Not a
into its
dev
very
problem.
own game, and it's absolutely free for anyone who owns the original Aspire 2. Which,
nice.
if you haven't played yet, we
think
can't
I own
recommend
Aspire
enough.
2.
Alright, the time has come. Next up, the VR Game Showcase.
Be the bullet hell
Apparently I
with
don't
your
own it on
face.
How does this work then? Big screen. I don't know how it's side on. Can we adjust the angle? Straight on.
Vampire Survivors, but in virtual reality.
In. I'm totally in.
Yes,
I was literally
it really is
sat
called
playing
Vampire
this.
Survivors, but it's in virtual reality, and yes, it really is available to download on Quest right now. This is the same fiendishly addictive time survival
13
game
pretty
you've
things
known and
said.
loved for years. But this time it's, well, you get the idea. We can't thank the team at Poncore enough for choosing
Yeah, I was literally
VRGS
sat
for
playing
today's
that.
surprise release.
Well, the wife was
When we
beside the
started this
pool,
show in
and I was
2024,
hiding
we
indoors
set out to
watching
make
people
VR's
on
answer
Twitch
to a Nintendo
playing
Direct or a
games on Steam
PlayStation
Deck.
State of Play. We wanted to make an event that celebrated massive new
And
game
yeah,
reveals and
I-
championed the best upcoming
I
titles.
love that game.
Not just for VR fans, but anyone that was yet to pick up a headset. I can't think of a better way to show how far we've come than kicking off today with
13
that
pretty
reveal.
things said. Can't hear you over this
Much
dude.
like the wider gaming industry,
Okay, cool,
VR
cool.
developers haven't had an easy year. But in spite of the many challenges, they continue to deliver incredible
need this
experiences
information, thank you.
and prove that the hunger for core, immersive gaming is very much alive.
James would.
Take Arcanage, for example. This ambitious action-adventure game from a small indie team launched on PSVR 2 and PC VR earlier this year to critical acclaim, and it arrived on Quest just 2 weeks ago. On Quest and PC, the game has doubled the first month of sales of developer Vitruvius VR's previous title, Shadow Legend. In fact,
like
it
the
even
look of that.
tripled Shadow Legend's sales on PlayStation.
But I just don't know if I've got the
And
time
of
in me
course,
to play
we've
it.
all been following the extraordinary popularity of Forefront since Triangle Factory announced the game right here on VRGS at the beginning of the year.
It's PvP. It looks
Last week,
fine,
the game
it's
launched
just
in
not for
early
me.
access after a massive open beta. In less than a week, Forefront has seen 24,000 players pull off 4.5 million kills, destroying nearly 300,000.
Oh, we skipped the turtles.
And let's not forget, there's plenty to look forward to in 2026, including the launch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Empire City from Beyond Frames. Games like this from seasoned developers like Beyond Frames really lean into VR's ability to make our wildest dreams come true. That is, if your wildest dream is to be a mutant turtle and eat pizza all day.
That, very much.
And of course, yesterday saw the incredibly exciting reveal of Steam
Pills.
Frame, a headset we've
As
been
you
waiting
may or may
literally years to see more
Big.
of. Stay tuned for later
No.
in the show as we showcase some brand new and existing Steam VR titles that paint a very bright picture for the headset's future.
nerd of the 90s.
Today,
I'm
we'll show
wearing
you even more
Ghostbusters
games
shoes.
that you'll be diving into this holiday season and beyond, as well as offer some big discounts from some
13 Pretty Things said, I saw a bit of a review of Turtles without the person seeming to know where their names came from. Sheesh.
I'm so glad they gave them access and not me. Speaking of which, Paul's actually played the thing for that, right? Did I see you put out a video?
13 Pretty Things said, he has.
Yeah. The Lightkeepers coming 2026.
The Lightkeepers is a new co-op survival game with a dark twist. Together with friends, you'll explore and fight nightmarish enemies.
What percent off
Thanks
Medieval
to Spectral
Dynasty?
for partnering with us for today's reveal. And
Okay.
look out for more information.
The best podcast ever said. Played in the Turtle Liar,
2026 is
yeah.
Still a little while away. There are plenty of big releases left in 2025.
The best podcast ever said. Lair even haha.
Okay, this is essentially what I've just spent the last week doing. So far I'm in. Actually, I might have actually sent Mr. Ball a link to this game already in the past. Yeah, I did. That's a watermelon elephant. December 5th. Okay.
But next month is also a little while away. So let's take a look at some more titles that are launching today.
Hey everyone, BMF VR here, and I've been checking out something really cool that just launched today. You might know Polyarch from Moss and Moss 2, the incredible storybook adventures following Quill. But this time, they've made
once
something
again,
totally
lovely.
different. It's called
Played a
Glassbreakers
bunch of it.
Champions of Moss. And
It's
it's one of the most
PvP,
refreshing
and
VR
I'm just not
strategy
that guy.
games
I'm
that
sorry,
I've
I'm
seen.
not.
In Glassbreakers, you build your own squad of 3 champions, each one with their own personalities,
Keep doing
abilities,
wonderful
and
things,
style. And then you
Polyarch.
jump
I
into
love
these
the
fast,
universe,
tactical
and I love the
duels that
game.
play out like a
I just
living
don't have
tabletop
time to
game
get compared
right in
with
front of
people.
you.
So Paul was playing this.
I'm a lawyer sent to take care of a delicate inheritance case. As bizarre as it may seem, I have the impression you are the only person who can help me.
Hello, Kate Walker.
Where is that train going, Mr. Oscar?
The train is going far away, very far away indeed.
This looks amazing.
Would it be too much to ask where you're going?
Who can say? I need a clue. Anything that might tell me where Hans is. Where are we, Oscar?
I don't have a vast
Please do
quantity
not be
of nostalgia
discouraged.
for
It's
this.
possible you are closer to your initial target than you currently imagine.
I know it existed in the past.
We will find Hans and find him alive. That much I do believe.
The best podcast ever said. It needs a lot of work. I have only continued to play it as I love the original game.
Okay. Let's chuck it on a wish list. Is it PC? Oh, I think of this one.
The best podcast ever said. Nah, quest only.
I can't find it there. Yeah, it's half price right now. But if you buy this for half price, see, I think I have this on PC. have Aspire 1 twice. Okay, maybe I should look at buying. Never played. I didn't actually get around to playing Aspire 1. Stuck it on a wish list. It's currently 50% off with Meta Horizon Plus. What are we doing now? Not saving it. That's, I mean, impressive for a Quest game. Also, 3 stars. What are people saying? Need smooth turn, auto run, and stuck on a bug. Script heavy game, but gameplay is odd. Just you have to click to initialize talk with an NPC. Then you also have to choose the subject from a notepad to discuss about. Arguably a unique way of interacting, but not my cup of tea. Also, how is a game in 2025 only have snap and no smooth turning? See, yeah, okay. Underwhelming and as annoying mechanics. A disgrace to the original game. So people are generally unhappy with it. Okay, well, I like that they're making an attempt. We'll keep an eye on it. I've also heard interesting things about Tracked. Not all of them. Currently sat at 3.7 of 93 reviews, $15.99 price tag.
The best podcast ever said, yeah, I am playing snap turning and teleport, as you walk and even run at snail's pace.
Yeah, that needs, I mean, that's a patch, right? Like, they can add that later.
From Glassbreakers, Champions of Moss, to Track Shoot to Survive, to Siberia VR, and of course, Vampire Survivors. There's a little something for everyone in today's releases.
Definitely Vampire Survivors.
Stay tuned at the end of the show where we'll have more exclusive gameplay of Glassbreakers from our friends at Polyarch.
Is Glassbreakers gonna be a paid thing? Oh, what's this?
I hear their voices, Doctor.
Breakers is 16 quid. This looks...
"13 pretty things said,
I'm here for that.
I love the direction Played with Fire is heading with Star Trek Infection. It's a much darker take on the series. That lets us
13
step
pretty
into the
things
shoes
said,
of a Vulcan
interesting.
Starfleet officer. You'll explore the haunted halls of the USS Lumen, sneaking past infected crew members.
The best podcast ever said, yeah, Siberia just needs a lot of work. If I didn't have that nostalgia for it, I would have quit it in the first 10 minutes.
Checking in with our friends at Flat to VR Studios and Impact Inc. So let's do just that.
Okay, this looks adorable. It's a card battler? This basically looks like Pokemon.
13 pretty things said,
Trading
the
card
little
game.
guy playing the drum is awesome.
He is adorable. Yeah, this looks very much like the Pokemon trading card game. Played in 3D.
My mouse Mercedes backpack.
Shut up, you muppet. 4 players. Okay. Primal Rumble. Okay, that looks actually really, really fun. I know I keep saying I'm not a PvP person, but against friends. Could be kind of... Shadowgate the Mines of Mithra. Wait, isn't this out? Oh, it's a PSVR. I love that Flat to VR are basically carrying the PSVR 2 right now. That game is dope flat. It can only be made better on VR.
Bol said, I recall you telling me about this Robotech, yeah. I think it was.
We've been proud partners with Impact Inc.
Rave.
and Flat to VR Studios at every VRGS
Okay,
today.
yeah, that looks fun.
And it's great to start talking about some of the original titles they're helping to produce, as well as focus on when you'll be playing some of the incredible projects we've already announced together, including next week's long-awaited launch of RoboQuest VR, something we announced at the first ever VRGS last August.
That's
It's
this
sure
week,
to
right?
keep us all happy as we head towards Wrath Aeon of Ruin's new release window in 2026. And don't worry, we'll have more incredible Flat to VR Studios projects to announce in the new year.
Psychic Parrot said, is that bloke I generated?
No, that's Jamie Feltnam. He was is it Road to VR he used to report for? I want to say. I've met him. He was, you know, pretty sound when I met him. But now he works for
13 Pretty
Mike
Things
and
said,
GT's
he has one of those voices.
and also, did he work for Flat to VR? Oh, it might not be him. I think he works for Mike and GT.
Bol said, humans don't actually exist. They are all AI generated.
I'm AI. I'm not real. Exoshock playtest alpha. Download now. Looks pretty cool.
Psychic Parrot said, I heard recently cheese doesn't exist as well.
Don't miss your chance to play the game for free ahead of full launch in 2026.
This temple is built
Still
with
to come,
cheese.
we've got the release date reveal for Deadly Delivery, plus more brand new game
13 Pretty Things said, I like cheese.
great games you're
J'adore
already
le
playing
fromage.
to see what's coming next.
Psychic Parrot said,
Dive
cheese is
into
good.
Project Freefall, a competitive skydiving party game of tag, where you're either the last one with a parachute or you go splat. This community-driven game features up to 8 players battling it out with
Psychic
chaotic
Parrot
weapons,
said,
unique
if it
obstacles,
existed, of
14
course.
exciting dive
The
events.
best podcast ever said, I like turtles.
Special bonus to VR Game
The
Showcase viewers, we developed an exclusive
video game or
character
is food?
working directly with their devs. Meet
13
David,
Pretty
VR
Things
superstar.
said, ha
You can
ha.
unlock
This is
character
basically
for free
just
forever, just by playing
Fortnite.
Project Freefall now through November 16th. But don't wait, because once this character is gone, it's gone forever. Play Project Freefall now for free on Meta. It's a great time to jump back into the world of Among Us 3D. On December 4th, the game is adding a classic role from Among Us, the Tracker. Their unique ability is following one beam
I
at
need
a
to
time
play
on
more
their
of this.
minimap to see exactly what they're
If
up to.
anybody wants to play
Was
this
Yellow
game,
really inadequate?
please come and
Was
teach
Red
me how.
actually trying to stop the sabotage?
I own
You'll
it
see
on,
beams
like, 3
jumping
different
from one room to
platforms.
another if they vent, and a
So
stop
just-
beam on
just
your
tell
map
me-
is a good
just tell me
indication
when.
that something is very wrong. Add in engineers and a vigilante and reduce cooldowns to really amplify.
Bol said, I installed Freefall on PC, no VR mode.
is now 50% off on the Meta Horizon store for the next 48 hours.
Wait, what?
Golf 5 is getting a fresh coat of paint with its new
Project Freefall
Dive
has
into
no
Project
VR.
The best podcast ever said, I will play, but I cannot teach you much. I am terrible at it.
That's totally fine.
This community-driven game features up to 8 players battling it out with chaotic weapons, unique obstacles, and 14
Bol
exciting
said,
dive
only VR on Meta, yeah.
At 15, Because as a special bonus to VR Game Showcase viewers, we developed an exclusive
13 Pretty Things said, how much is Among Us?
Demo, the VR Superstar. You can unlock this character for free forever just by playing Project Freefall now through November 16th.
That
But don't
kinda
wait,
sucks.
because once this character is gone, it's gone forever. Play Project Freefall now for free on Meta. It's a great time to jump back into the world of Among Us 3D. On December 4th, the game is adding a classic
Not
role
super
from Among Us,
expensive.
the Tracker. Their unique ability is following one bean at a time on their minimap to see exactly what they're up to. Was Yellow really an admin? Was Red actually trying to stop the sabotage? You'll see beans jumping from one room to another if they
Hey,
vent,
Quid.
and a stopped bean on your map is a good indication that something is very wrong.
I
Add
can
in
probably
engineers
get
and
you
a
a cheap
vigilante and reduce cooldowns to really amp up the fun. Get ready to become the Tracker soon. Among Us
Well, I think I own
3D
it
is
on
now
PC
50% off on the Meta Horizon
13
store for
Pretty
the next
Things
48
said,
hours.
oh, they are called beans. I never knew that.
Golf 5 is getting a fresh coat of paint with its new Playoff Edition update. The latest release for the game includes overhauled visuals
that's
for the forest
substantial.
and tropical courses, making them more realistic than ever. Plus, there's a new mode for quickly jumping into free-hole matches, either solo or with friends, new online team
Do you know
modes
I've got
like
a golf
2v2s
bat I
and
need to
team-based
test
scramble modes,
from,
and even presets to play the game with VR Golf Club
ProTube.
accessories. Add in options for
Got a
right and left-handed
ProTube
play,
Golf.
a new means of analyzing player performance, and a new
Psychic
menu
Parrot
scene,
said,
and you've
more
got
my
one of the game's
pace.
biggest
The
updates
best
yet.
podcast ever said. Yas 7.99 never mind what platform you buy it on.
Okay. No, I bought it for Mr. Cold. Bootstrap Island. This game is the game that is not going away. The dev is pouring their heart and soul into it. And you've got to applaud that. Absolutely brilliant.
Bol said, it has grown something crazy.
Yeah. I played this a long time ago.
13 Pretty Things said, okay, might be tempted next month.
The best podcast ever said. I am terrible at this Golf 5. Physics are super
I
realistic.
think I own it. Apparently I don't. Oh, I bought a golf game. Might be the PC one. Wait a minute, this isn't signed in.
Bootstrap Island's next major update is available today, bringing the game a step closer to its full launch. Developer Maroon
Psychic
deserves
Parrot
some
said,
serious props
most of my
for its
quest time
commitment
is
to
still
delivering a
walkabout.
high-end survival
I don't have any
experience
grown-up
on PC.
golf games
We're looking
XD.
forward to seeing where
The
game
best
goes from.
podcast
I've got
ever
Golf
said.
Now, our
Plus.
next
Did
two
you get
titles
golf?
come from some fantastic indie studios, making experiences that are truly unique to VR. The first is a cooperative horror
Is all
game
that I
that
have.
we've frankly been obsessing over since it was first revealed by our friends at Creature earlier this year.
Deadly Delivery. I was so
According to your
bored.
resume here, I think you'd make a perfect delivery goblin.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Yeah, do you have any questions?
I was so
I
incredibly
was
bored, but I
wondering
missed the
about the
demo.
customers.
Our customers are the kindest folks you'll ever meet.
Oh my god! Whoa!
Now,
What about the delivery routes? Are those safe?
oh, we put you in the safest neighborhoods imaginable. What?
Uh-oh. That's good to hear.
I really think you'd make a great helping hand here at Deadly Delivery.
I mean, I do have two hands.
You sure do. For now.
Great. So when do I start?
Wait, is that me?
I feel like I'd be a massive liability. December 4th! Yeah, I'm in. Oh, these penguins. Deadly Delivery is $7.99 if you pre-order now. That's crazy. $8.99 if you don't. No, That's bullshit. That would be a penis. Growing in VR is a nightmare. Very few devs actually get it right. That will suck. But seriously, what's this game? A lovely art style. I'm getting real Sushi Ben kind of vibes without the dominatrix one. Penguin Festival. Looks nice.
Deadly Delivery and Penguin Festival are at two very different ends of the VR spectrum. But they're both driven by their desire to create experiences that can only work
a
in
mini
VR.
game simulator.
Stumbling around Deadly Delivery's gloomy caverns as you balance parcels and endure the horror with friends.
Bol said, looks like something for entertaining the kids.
Yeah.
While Penguin Festival's charming lineup of mini games and activities really explores the limits of VR interaction. And now it's time to shift gears.
The thing with mini games
significantly.
Status of the active shooter threat is currently unknown. Move in and secure the area quickly.
LSPD, don't move! Down on the ground, now!
I'm not gonna lie.
Suspect is incapacitated. Notifying Thames.
I have known about this mod for a ridiculously long time. It's the reason I bought the game. And I can't wait. I can't wait. I just worry that, well, I played this flat, and I think the stream chugged a little.
Bol said, I only own the soundtrack.
Excellent work, entry team. Report to center for debrief.
Ready or Not's VRO mod is available tomorrow, and that trailer shows you just how much work developer Kit and VR Oasis have put into making this feel like an authentic VR experience. It's proof that modders are behind some of the most exciting
So Mike
projects in
showed
PC
me
VR
a
today.
video.
Okay.
Of
We
that in
promised you
action.
more new game reveals, and we're here to
I
deliver.
can't remember when. It was a while ago. And hopefully everything that was in the video Mike showed me is now in that mod today. Because if it is, because you can play, you've been able to play that in VR for quite some time. That existed before the UEVR was even a thing. They had it all up and running. And then
Bol said, it does look visually insane, but yeah, I guess that comes at a cost.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the devs changed the engine that the game is running, and then that was it. It was just done. They had to change the entire mod. So yeah, hopefully everything Mike was telling me about that, I hope it made it in. The eagle-eyed viewer at the start of the stream may have noticed that I've literally just I've just downloaded this game today. I've just installed it. So yeah, looking forward to it. Orcs must die by the blade. Okay. So I shoehorned this into VR and played this with Bol. Or Orcs Must Die 3 anyway.
Welcome to Scrollfort Reach.
This absolutely makes sense.
A place of peace and harmony.
And I'm here for it.
Beauty and joy. And most importantly, orc free. Visit the sites. Know the culture. Interact with the locals.
Bol said, oh yeah, you used UEVR.
Yeah.
Come and play with your loved ones. Bathe in the beauty of it all. Scrollfort is a town of order and honor. Just don't mess with the rift, or we'll all be doomed.
So Orcs Must Die. Currently pre-order $13.99, coming the 22nd of January. Nice.
Bol said, I love the second game. The third game release was a bit soured by being exclusive to Google Stadia for a while.
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
Orcs Must Die by The Blade is a brand new entry in the beloved tower defense series built specifically for
50%
VR.
off Captain Toonhead on MetaQuest.
For the first time, you'll
that
fully
game
immerse
was
yourself
really
in
fun.
the role of a war mage and get up close and personal with the action in an all-new story crafted by the team that previously brought you Captain Toonhead. It's a great fit that will kick off 2026 in blood-soaked style. Stay tuned as we're a few moments away from revealing our final new game announcement of the day. Plus, a new look at
JRPG.
Bol said, I kind of hope that many ARM Meta or Pico games might end up on Frame as well, like Townscaper and Orcs Must Die, etc.
I think that's a pretty safe bet. I think that is a pretty safe bet. Now, what if, Mr. Ball, would you be willing to dual boot your Steam frame into the Meta OS to play metagames? Because that's something we were talking about earlier. Because of
Knights
the
of Fiona
architecture,
is the incredibly ambitious new
the
game from
ARM
Carrot
chip
Bank.
that's
in it.
The developers
Bol
have
said,
brought us through its focus.
that feels like getting an STD.
See more
I
next
mean,
year.
getting an STD is fun. It's living with the aftermath that's a pain in the
Okay.
ass.
I'm sure a lot of you came here
yeah,
off the back
because of
yesterday's
the
incredibly
fact that it's an
exciting
ARM
reveal
chip.
of Steam Frame, the new
This
headset from Valve with wireless PC VR streaming and standalone functionality. As you probably
could
know,
essentially be
Steam VR
turned
itself is a
into
broad ecosystem
the
that
Meta
strives to
OS or
seamlessly
even the
support
Google
a lot
OS.
of different headsets out of the box. So, while developers aren't quite ready to definitively say what is and isn't coming to Steam Frame, there's a massive lineup of new and existing games that paint a bright picture for the headset's future. Let's take a look at what's in store.
Turtles, okay. Escaping Wonderland. I own it, I haven't played it.
Bol said, I am awfully lazy when it comes to sysadmin. I will probably mostly hope for ARM on Steam.
Fair enough. Born 2. Postal 2. Lovely. That's Side VR. Hey you! Pokemon Chronicle. There's another game that's kind of...
Bol said, when I saw this on stream I'm like, what is the age rating for this montage?
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is. Like, you see some masterclass moves in trailers. Grabbing the wrist, flipping them over and taking the gun out of their hand. That's insane. That was special. This has got to be Gunman Chronicles, right? Yeah, Gunman Contracts. I'm so in. I am in for that. Whoever plays that flat.
Bol said, I never played the original Alex mod,
No,
or any of them
I
really.
didn't. Play Glass Breakers now. Right, the rest of this is essentially just Glass Makers. So what we're going to do is we're going to mute this and then pivot back to this. Yeah, I'm in for this. For Gunman. I don't. I have nothing. Let's say the game itself is wonderful. It's just not for me. Just not for me at all. But that's fine. This is I'm happy with Bean Soup. Keep doing your thing, Polyarch. Keep doing your thing. Now.
Bol said, this time the VR games showcase was actually more interesting than in years, for me as a non-meta person.
Which, yeah, that's the thing. I hope that the Steam Frame does allow people that have missed out on standalone to now join the fold. I do think that they need to bring out a color camera mod for it quickly. For sure. What are you? Request for a Steam code. So now I'm just jumping through my emails, which naturally I'm not going to do that on screen. But if there is anything in there that I can share, I will. This has got potential, but I don't know what you are. Wait, there was a Samurai Pizza Cats game? Samurai Pizza Cats Blast from the Past. What the cheese dingles? Okay, it's not out yet.
Bol said, like an email with your PayPal password reset code.
Yeah, that one. Samurai Pizza Cats. Oh yeah!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Samurai Pizza Cats are back with a brand.
This is dope. I'm in. I'm totally in. But yeah, the devs of that are also making another game, which I never know if any of this information, stunning titles, inform for you to get your code, the game of interest, please note, we don't always send you a code, we'll do our damnedest. Codes will be sent out on the 19th. I don't know if that's embargoed. I don't even know what it is, so I'm not going to do anything with it. This is an advert for a Steam sale. This is LinkedIn. This is probably embargoed, so I'm not going to say this. Live on your channel now. So last week was boring. Yeah, cool. We're currently doing that now, so that's fine. The Lucky Tower.
T0 Adster _ said, I saw sexual themes and ran here.
Sadly, the closest we
Bol
get to
said,
sexual
nothing
themes.
was announced last week.
Yeah, nothing happened last week at all. Yeah, I say things without thinking. Moonlighter 2 is in early access. I loved Moonlighter.
T0 Adster _ said.
How's it going, Toadster, anyway? Are you well? Are you doing good times? Yes. The Immersive Wire. Top stories. My thoughts on the last days of Pompeii, the immersive exhibition. Research suggests VR headsets could
T0
cut
Adster
astronaut motion
_ said,
sickness by 80%.
fantastic. You?
I'm yes and no. So I've just spent a week away in a lovely tropical country. The downside is tomorrow I'm back to the world. So I'm good in that I've just had that wonderful, relaxing week, and bad because now it's over.
T0adster_ said, Madagascar.
Close. It's Lanzarote. It was beautiful. Right, yeah, so there's nothing new in that email, so that's fine.
T0adster_ said, Maserati.
Bol said, that's it.
What? Yep, that's the one. Who? What? Yep. Yes, Lanzarote.
Bol said, yes.
This can just play away. So now I'm catching up on the world. What's this? Kickstarter. Fuck off. Birthday cards. Event reminder. A reminder that you've got an invite to an event waiting. What the chuff nuggets are you? Indie Showcase. The virtual event you can play coming May 24th and 25th. I think that was this year. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll just chuck a star on that and check it out off stream. Hotel Life VR. Your content, we published our game. Sent you a key. Here's the key. Let's have a look at the game. What? Hotel Life VR. £3.99. What have you got for me? Hotel Life VR. They're throwing keys at people. So, yo, shush.
Bol said, surprisingly many VR games that simulate mundane professions.
Yeah. It's got potential, I guess. They're definitely working in a specific genre for this. There's certain aspects of this trailer that make me worry about the length of time this game took and how much time and effort has gone into it. But they're making an attempt, and it is reasonably priced in the sense that it's £4. Alright, we'll bop you on the to-do list. Vampire Survivors is here. That, honestly, I can't believe that. Just came out of nowhere. Retronica is on PC VR and PSVR 2. Oh wow, I responded to that email months ago. So this is a game that actually came out on the Quest a while ago, and it looks really nice. It looks really, really, really pretty. Lovely style choice. I think this is going to look great in the Pimax. And it's...
Bol said, oh yeah, it's... Did I buy it? I might have.
You did, yes. It's already owned by one friend. So that's also on the to-do list. I had...
Bol said, huzzah.
Huzzah indeed.
It looks pleasing.
Add to tasks. There we go. Add to tasks. TubeBuddy. Bootstrap Island. Dear survivors, our last update before full release. Ah, lovely. Yeah, that is the game, just the gift that keeps on giving, Bootstrap Island. If anybody wants any of the links to any of these games, please let me know. I don't want to fill the chat up with garbage, but at the same time, if you want to see it, I want to show it. Sneak. Do your taxes. $100 off Meta devices. I'm in the UK. Oh, this game looked absolutely glorious. When's it out?
Bol said, you mean fill up the chat with more garbage than it already has, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Is this game out or is this game coming? Let's have a look. Is this a PSVR game? Yeah, it's PSVR and Quest. $4.3 on the Meta Store. Release November 13th. I remember seeing it on... Yeah, I think I remember seeing this on a showcase. Thinking, okay, that looks cool. So sadly not for the PC VRists so far, but doesn't mean it won't be one day. Unloop came out on PC VR. Here we go. This is now in early access as of the 13th of November. This is definitely one that's right up my alley. Tasks. I think I actually own this on the Quest. Yeah, I do. So I should probably play this in the near future times. But yeah, it's a super interesting looking game. And you get to make the dumb title of I'm playing with myself. So, you know,
Bol said, Unloop is on my wish list, but I'll pick it up with a discount.
Yeah, that's fair. This on tasks. The Last Case of John Morley will launch November the 27th with Steam Deck support and an Xbox version to arrive. Looks dope. Not VR. Taxes. The Indie Showcase Endix, available 29th and 30th of November. Okay. More games creators and prizes, thousands of game keys to be won. Okay, lovely. Oh, speaking of events, Jesus, I did not escape people talking about To the Moon. I was going to attend, and then when I found out it was last week, I couldn't. Boy, howdy, am I glad I didn't. Okay, I can make
Ball
sure
7708 thinks you look parched.
It's a ball. Street Gods is coming out soon. Looks super fun. Don't think it's coming to PC. Platform Meta Quest 3 and 3S, yeah. Pre-order discount, but it looks pretty freaking dope. So I can't wait for that. That's going to be fun. Let's pop that on the to-do list. Hotel Infinity coming soon to the channel. Right, so any of these games, All on Board 1.2 is out now. Yeah, if anybody wants to play it All on Board, let me know. I'll get you a code because I paid for a bunch of them and then never actually got them. So I'll reach out to them and be like, hey, where's my code? But yeah, if there are any of these games that you want to see, then also let me know because I never know what to play and when to play it. So if somebody says, please play this thing, I will play this thing. Neon Overdrive, we're releasing on November the 25th and would love if you can try this and present it to your community. Neon Overdrive is a procedure-generated roguelike VR shooter set in the 80s retro-futuristic sci-fi world. Features 7 different classes to choose from as well as 50 unique perks that can combine to make each run unique. Check out Neon Overdrive on Steam here. So apparently they've spent a lot of time and effort on the lift mechanics. Okay, so I'm getting kind of
Bol said, lift with your knees.
Lift with your spine, always with your spine. Forge, Mother Gunship. Like I'm getting kind of Mother Gunship vibes where you're stood on a platform, shooting your way through rooms. So this could be pretty cool. Demo is available now.
Bol said, this feels a bit serious, same The Last Hope, ye old stage-based shooter.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Bol said, harkens back to room scale titles.
Now this is one that certainly got my attention. So the sequel, spiritual successor, the follow-up game of Thumper, Thrasher, is now out on PC. At a very reasonable price of £8.50. 19 positive reviews. I've never actually played this game because I had it on the Quest and yeah, I couldn't get it to stream, and then it turned out it was there's a weird bug that doesn't allow you to stream.
Bol said, oh yeah, started playing this on Steam Deck.
So this is a VR, Steam Deck, and just straight up PC game. Looks kind of fun. I vaguely remember playing it and it not being what I expected it to be, but didn't necessarily make it bad. This game is out now. Go ahead and check that out.
Bol said, it's like a kinetic puzzle game.
Yeah, I had an interesting time with it. I can't remember why.
Bol said, try to hit all the things while not hitting the other things.
Always a winner.
Bol said, I can't say I was enthralled by it.
VR Rock, the lenses makers, can currently get you a 15% discount if you want to buy lenses, VR headsets like me. I'll get you a discount.
Bol said, but then I barely spent any time in the previous game either, Thumper.
Thumper always kind of bugged me. Lo-fi is pretty much dead in the water at this point. That's lovely to know. Turn-based fantasy. Oh yeah, Dark Quest 4. So this is basically Hero Quest. It's flat, but I've been so tempted to get a code for it and stream it just because I can. It's basically Hero Quest, which I loved as a kid. The Amiga game. And so, yeah, playing this on PC, I'm like, oh shit, do I want this in my life? This is the fourth one. There's actually multiple Dark Quests. And I've been eyeing up, like, you know, multi-packs and stuff. But yeah, so there's a fourth one out. The first one, not what I was expecting. However, then you move on to the likes of the second one.
Enter a terrifying
and this is exactly what I expected.
In every corner.
This is the old school
to
Amiga game, which is just so.
Assemble a party.
And now they've got a fourth one.
Who dares challenge me?
Every single time it seems to get that little bit closer to being Hero Quest, and I'm sat here thinking, if I get a Steam Deck, I can play this. Steam Deck? Steam Frame. I can sit and play this anytime. I can play on the Steam Deck anytime. But yeah, so this bundle for 38 quid, I'm like, do I want that? I might want that. So yeah. Or you can just buy the latest version for £16.79.
Archer, roll the skull of fate.
Game Kitchen. What else have we missed over the last week? There's a new Kickstarter for a haptic vest, which has reached out to me and then ghosted me because I started asking them to. So yeah, keep an eye out for this, but also absolutely grain of salt. Never backed, and this is their first.
Bol said, yes, let's endorse Kickstarter campaigns. What could go wrong?
Yeah, I don't know, there's just a whole world of this that kind of makes me wonder and or worry. And it's not even a vest, from what I can see. So they call it an AI haptic vest, but then everywhere I look, they seem to want to strap it to a chair, not a human. So, yeah. They're kind of relying on AI to make the haptics more haptic. Like I say, I started asking them various questions, very simple and reasonable questions, and they've just ghosted me, which makes me ask questions.
Bol said, Fluxpose is gaining traction, which is Razer Hydra, but for full body tracking. Seems neat, but I'm not backing him either.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing. I think I'm just going to delete that.
Bol said, Kickstarter was fun until things started to not deliver.
Yeah, it's... Well, it's like we always said, isn't it? Money with the potential promise to maybe one day get a thing. Just a donation, really. Sunderbound. Hippie Interactive announces playtest for Sunderbound, a frantic co-op top-down shooter.
Bol said, it is literally a donation, yeah.
So as long as you treat it as such. This has got real flow vibes. Is it turn-based, did I say? Class-based. You can join the playtest now on this. Looks interesting. The Last Caretaker is available on Lurkit. Lovely. Bull's Saloon. Join the Undead Apocalypse.
Reminder to all citizens of Haven, the world's only habitable mega building. Do not go outside.
I think I should be getting to bed. This could be fun, co-op. You can see it getting a bit messy. Oh, yeah. I need to get to bed. New Beat Saber track is available. Could not give a shit. Welcome to FitXR. Shit, yeah, I said I'd play that. think that's it. How long information is in the embargo? Until November 13th. Cool. Fighter Forge is a special mode in Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu. It allows you to design and motion capture your own characters to use across single and multiplayer, as well as share them with the community. Huh?
13 Pretty Things said, was out of room. Did I just miss zombie cowboys?
Yeah, you did.
Pretty Things said, ah.
Don't worry, it wasn't VR. We're just going through my emails. Seeing what I've missed. House of Golf VR. House of Golf VR. I have a key. Not gotten round to playing it, so I am sorry to the devs. It looks fun, but there are a few things on it that scare and/or worry me. The first thing being that you imagine co-location course sharing as a thing where you could play against people in the same locale. Don't think that's the case. Now there is a virtual environment which presumably we can multiplayer in. Yeah. Want to see more of it. Love. Elements divided. Looks fun. But once again, it's PvP. $4.7, 1.8 thousand views. Must be doing something right. Yeah. Must be doing something right. That's my mum's birthday present. Cube, Sayub, whatever you call it. Work. Getting a physical PSVR release. Limited run games have a nasty habit of flying up in value, which is wonderful and crazy. They do some really great special editions too.
Bowl said, "Oh yeah, people are saying Half-Life 3 this week. If that actually happens, the internet will explode. I'm awfully non-hyped."
I have zero hope for that, sadly. Right. Okay. I think that's the bottom of my emails as well. It's been a very
Bol
interesting
said,
evening.
and who voluntarily wants physical releases anymore? I guess collector's value?
I mean, I have a few. I've got the Pixel Ripped physical editions from Burp Games. One of them because that was just the first kind of thing, and then the other one because I'm in it. Actually, while we're talking about Pixel Ripped, Humble Bundle. There is currently a Humble Bundle for VR games. Here we go. Pay what you want. £13 for 10 items. You get the Break-In, Dragon Fist, Kung Fu VR.
Bol said, oh yeah, I haven't matched this against my library at all.
Drunken Bar Fights, which is what it is. Plastic Battlegrounds, not got that. Sale, don't have that. Frenzy VR, I think I've played. But it also has the Pixel Rip 1978 that I'm in the bundle. So I thoroughly do recommend and have zero horse in that race, obviously. Oh, I remember this. This was the fitness game, which just looked very not fitness based.
Yup, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got into this situation. First of all, hi. Nice to meet you. Or me, I guess. I'm you. Or a digital representation of you. And I live here, in The Sim. A simulation where AIs like me live peacefully. Except for the ones captured by Taskmaster. He's this big asshole who enslaved new AIs and made them fight for him in the stack. Apparently there's some big treasure at the top everybody wants. But he wasn't the only baddie. I had to deal with this guy, and this thing, and a big dragon. No, we're strong enough. Because we are the Arcaxer.
This is a VR game? Okay. Intensely immersive VR experience. Could be fun. And then Elements Divided, what we were just talking about. So, yeah. I'm gonna buy this. And probably buy Survivors. Because that's just crazy.
Bol said, Arcaxa is turn-based in VR,
Ah. That's it. Who's disliking this game? 1 star. Almost false advertising. This isn't a VR version of the game, it's the console game rendered on a flat screen with a static VR environment. The only reason to own this if you've been playing Vampire Survivors on console, I thought I wish my face was less comfortable. That's a review. As of now, it is unplayable. Black screen after you choose your character and press start. Right eye has flashing. No VR, this is flat screen. Okay. Quite a rough port. I'm a huge fan of the original game, bought on my consoles, so immediately I got this version. Fortunately, I was quickly disappointed to see how basic the VR implementation is. Almost no standard of guide.
Bol said, was the trailer just a fake visualization?
I don't know. Don't know. There is a big bug. Super fun, there's a bug where the field is pitch black when you start the game and it doesn't work. People generally seem to like it.
Bol said, but yeah, looked like the base game just on a board. Not sure if people expected more.
Any of my friends have a Quest? Oh yeah, Deadpool came out. People generally seem to like it, I think. That's probably Atom Bomb Bodies. That'll do. Alright, Mr. Ball, I'll play it and let you know. But until next time, I think I should probably finish this and get my little dog out.
Bol
So,
said,
thank you
fancy.
for the night of weirdness.
Enjoy the
what a
rest of your
weird-
evening.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. You too. Yeah, what a weird week it was last week. And the week I
The
chose
best
to
podcast ever said.
completely
Right,
unplug.
dude, I am going to get sorted and try and get some
I
sleep.
need to get some
Catch
sleep
you
too.
later.
Bol said, good to see you survive the island break.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, we need
just.
to struggle. That's right. We want people refunding the game in the 2-hour window because the tutorial is just so dull and tedious.
Psychic Parrot said, cheers for the stream, Doc.
Thanks for popping
Ta-ra
by.
chat.
We will raid Mr. Croy. And yeah, you keep up the good
Modbot
work.
said, initiating raid on
will,
Croy VR, currently
try
playing
and join
Grim.
as much as I can.
Modbot said, stream title, Stabben, Shuan and Murdurin in Grim. First look, hashtag key provided 2K, link to avoid pre-roll, phishing scam.
There we go. Right, let's go and raid Mr. Croy. Thanks for popping by. Tomorrow night, if I can get it up and running, I may well be doing the VR Oasis mod for Ready or Not. We'll have to see. Right, folks, we're going because I need to get the dog out. So, doodle!